Yeah. This is Natural Mistakes. Natural Mistake. Natural Mystics. Mystic. This is Bob Marley.
57, 58, 59, 60. That's 4 minutes. I can do 5.
Not MIS. MYSTIC. Okay. All right. Hello, guys. My name is Munel Kishen, aka the General, and I will be up here for the next 1 hour. And the little time we have, we try our best to come on to share a little word with one or two. And something going in my eye. So, guys, you know, every day we on Facebook. We on Facebook and we seeing all the little comments. You know, it confuses me when I'm talking and I can hear myself on the microphone. That is wrong. It always mess me up. Okay. It's politics. You can also follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook and just put in the General. On YouTube, you can just put the TGN TV and you will follow my show. And I just try my best. I'm not a professional in this thing, but I'm using this thing to get to a lot of people, to get to my friends, and for also share ideas because of Liberia. So today we got some stuff that we'll be talking about. Today I will be going all over. I will be with the CPP, CDC, and the 4 political parties within the CPP. And I will also talk about Alexander Cummings. I made it clear, and I owe no one an apology. I support the CPP, and also I support a candidate within the CPP. I support a person who I believe will stir the ship of state, that I believe, 100% believe, is better off to lead than any one of the other candidates. And I'll be giving my reason, and I want to urge everyone that let us push this agenda. If you are supporting the CPP, let us push for an open primary. Yes, an open primary. We need to push for that. And because I don't believe in closed primary where every party will take our delegates. I think if we're smart enough, it's been bringing problems. So I will be talking on that too. And also, I will touch on something that came to my mind that Liberian people who have forgotten, but the international community have not forgotten about it, especially America. And I also will talk about Vanish Shema. Vanish Shema, you know, he was in America when they brought that thing up, and when they put him on the treasury list. And that's a serious thing. They told him to leave. You know, Vanish Shema got a house in America, in Maryland. And the American government put something on the house that it won't be easy for him to ever sell it. And even his money, if I'm mistaken, I think Bernard Uri had such a problem too, like that before. So it's serious. And more names will be coming up. More names. I'm not going to give my source. I'm not a big time talk show host that people must go about. I got some information and people call me. I got friends who know things and give it to me. I got American friends. I got Liberian friends. I got a Liberian American friends too. And I got people who follow Liberia. But if you believe it, fine. If you don't believe it, I don't expect you to. I'm not yet to convince you to believe it. But it's up to you. You can take it or leave it. I'm not yet to convince you. It's something that I'm sharing with you guys. But because you see, one thing with us Liberians, we don't believe nothing. Even when the war started, we doubt the war. We said, oh, this thing is just 2 weeks business. And it went for 14 years. Okay, but let me just... Amen. What's up? Emmanuel Jackson. How are you, brother? Perfect manager. Long time, my man. Henry Moore. Good morning. It's after 12 here, and to you, I think it's after 12 in Australia. How are you? That's everything. So let me just take a quick break, few seconds break, and let me come up with the President Weah little video. His you know, it's so wrong when you talk at the same time you're trying to control. I don't know what happened anyway. Okay, as I said, let me talk to my seditious brothers. You know, you gotta listen to Fagon. Eh? You see, in life, sometimes when you try, when you live in denial, But then finally you agree, your inside person telling you, say, listen, what I'm doing is wrong. I'm still fooling myself. That is what Eugene Falcon did. Eugene Falcon convinced that President Weah cannot win 2023. President Weah will not change. Let me make you guys to understand today. He will not change. He will never change. It never belongs to God, but I'm saying it. And I have said it a lot of times on other shows. I said President Weah will not change, and people feel bad about it. They think that we hate the president. They think that we just want to go after him because we say he will not change. I see sedition trying to protest. They are trying to jump in the street to protest, to save President Weah government. My people, let us be real to ourselves. Who you think can make the difference in the country, in the government? Is the head of the government. Who's the head of the government? George Weah. Who appoints George Weah? Who fired George Weah? Who gave Maggie the job? George Weah. George Weah. So if these guys don't perform, don't you think it's the responsibility of the president to know that they are not performing? But all he know, they are performing. Because this is the way the president understands this conjugated verb, to eat. It's not he eats, she eats, they eat. No. It's you eat, I eat. I eat, you eat. If I can't eat, you must eat. That is what Samet Twelve doing. Samet Twelve brave enough to take the money and give it to George Weah whenever, anytime, in the night, anytime, physical cash, he can give it to George Weah. He will say nothing and he take his own. So, do you think George Weah going to fire him? No. Do you think George Weah going to fire Maggie? No. Sedition can go up and come down. They just wait, just watch it. By the time George Weah open his mouth and start to talk to them, it's done. Dillon, in fact, I would not say Dillon. The Liberian people defeated him in 2018. I think this year, 2018. Yes, 2018 last year. And sorry, 2019. They said seditions were pissed off with the party. That's why they left. May her soul rest in peace. I'm sorry that she's not alive, because when she said that the cat were in time and the rats will have to hide, but because the cat was not in time, that's why the rats were passing around. And they're going to make sure that, you know, sometimes these guys, they speak with they don't think. What comes from the mouth, they throw it out right there. As if Monserrato belongs to them. This is the first time that Liberian voted in Monserrato in our history. Even our presidential elections in the second round have never been 500 votes. The whole votes, y'all go check on NEC, 2000, the one Joshua won with, less than the whole country, I think about 600,000 or 700,000, the entire country. But this is the first time that Liberians show up. They voted without asking for penny. Things changing in our country. So we must change. George Weah must change. All the politicians must change. Let us stop putting our interests first. Let us put the people of Liberia first. You see the man in the street, the Zogo, who got his voter card in his hands, and the man who in a Mercedes-Benz, living in a nice house, they all got 1 vote. Nobody got more than 2 votes. They are important, just like them too, because the only difference is that they're living good life. They are educated people. They're enjoying themselves. So you cannot overlook the power of the people, the voters. For the first time, Liberia have registered almost 2.5 million people. Come 2023, 46% of the votes will come from Montserrat. Montserrat is like this. But people don't know why it went 46. Sedition, CDC have registered a lot of people. They took them from counties to come and vote in Montserrat. We know that. We know that. So it's not anything for us to pretend as if we don't know. We know. So when you look at the gone election, when you look at the votes from the other counties and compare to the last time, you will understand what I'm talking about. But they played a game. They were trying everything possible just to win Montserrat. They were trying their best. When you notice it, they were trying their best to get Montserrat and Basso because there are two big counties too. So they can make the case for 2023. Now, they're done. And don't be surprised. And I will not be surprised if George Weah don't contest. He can't stand defeat. That is how he left his contract in England, because they were bringing him in last minute to time. Share the video, guys. Yes, it's 3:35 in Australia. Yes. Share the video. I can't see nothing on this app. I'm not directly on Facebook, but I'm streaming through and then getting on Facebook. So maybe that's why. So, you know what? Hold on 1 minute, guys. Like I'm gonna do something here. Many more we have to suffer. Many more we have to die. Don't ask me why. Our boy else with a perfect manager. Boris was DJ. I don't know whether he can still DJ say. Don't ask me why. Natural mistake in the air. Please hold on. Hold on. Oh man, what happened? Let me refresh my phone. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I can see. Yeah, my phone was not operating correctly. So now I can see at least how many persons on there so far. You're sorry. You know, I can't see the comments on the others on the program I'm using. So, but then I can't even see the comment on the other side. So I decided to just refresh the phone. Okay. So the whole thing about CDC, my people, is done here. CDC on life support, their brain is dead. There's nothing they can do. Because when you listen to them speaking right now, you know what they're saying? Oh, the people that run George Weah are the problem and whatsoever. They just point George Weah government. Just shut up. There's not nobody around George Weah point the government. Yes, they're not doing good job. They're lying to him, but that is what he want to hear. Just like Trump. Just like Trump. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that things against you. But you know, I'm sorry for them because the other day I listened to Spoon TV. This guy, Mr. Doe, smart man from Maryland. I'm from Maryland too. Very smart. For this guy to be making some statement, I don't know, he's trying to protect his job. He's trying to protect his job. So he making statement that he make no sense. You trying to say that the CPP will not hold. Oh yes, George Weah can come back. They can change. No matter how George Weah change things around, the Liberian people will not take him because they know that's it. This man continue to make songs to insult Liberians using the word bumbleclaw, stupid, foolish people, because that song was for the campaign. If you're going to win, that's the song you're going to release. But one of them push it out. Understand? So what kind of president? Y'all go back and listen to I'm doing a thing on President Weah's speech, his video. Y'all go back and listen to President Weah's speech at the inauguration. He's a real Mr. Liar for true. Freedom of speech, freedom of express. Liberia will not be stranger in the economy. He will make sure he work for the poor people. Is Joshua working for the poor people? Law and order, is Joshua in that? No. Since this president took over, almost like Donald Trump, chaos upon protest because he's involved in everything. LEC, he involved in LEC. When the last time our Liberian government participated or get involved with LEC? Yes, it's Liberian, is a public corporation. Liberian is a government corporation. But when the president ever went there and said, "Oh, with the government buying transformer," no, that's not a government responsibility to buy transformer. LEC is responsible. LEC collecting bills and bills from other people. If government want to do it, government can subsidize them and give them other things. But President, we are into transformer. He going to this other place on road. Every little thing, his picture is on it. He breaking ground. That is why sometimes when they talking about roads in the interior, oh, the other road going to finish. Oh, the Maryland road. Did Georgia broke ground for road in Maryland? Did Georgia broke the ground for the roads that they were doing all over when he took over? Government continues. But you continue to lie to the Liberian people, and they lie catch up with you until you're still lying. Even your good, your own thing, you're still lie on it. Your own good, you lie. We know what President Weah did. Look, we cannot be saying the same thing about what President Weah did when it's little bit. He got more red marks on his card than green and blue mark. You know what I'm saying? And even the blue mark he got, they are all in the 75. So he failed the first semester. He failed the first semester. And that's how you know he failed it. According to his people that are speaking, but they don't want to directly attach the whole thing to him, they blaming the people that are around the president. And once they blaming the people around the president, things will not change. Things will not change. When the last time President Weah mingled with the same people that were with him before? When? President Weah, when the last time that President Weah took a $4 million to give it out to run campaign? People used to write on their backs. People used to write on the t-shirt because they had love for President Weah. The only people that love President Weah now are the die-hard sedition who ate the cow meat, who still don't know what's going on. Especially some people in America are listening to this boy and that one guy came on. I don't know, these stupid people there. I don't know what Joshua did to them. They just hate Joshua. They will never get, instead of them put their hand around a man to work with him. You see some of the stupidness? These are people who say they live in America. These people live in America and still didn't learn nothing. And still didn't learn a damn thing. They live in America. They live in America. How many times we should tell you? And I still challenge anybody who will ever, they still lie that George Weah visited refugee camp. What I'm looking for, I'm gonna never get it. That's a lie. From 1990, let me just say from 1990 to 2000, let somebody show me where George Weah entered refugee camp. We all live on a refugee camp. I challenge Karika, Momodu Masekwe, Jacqueline, Rodney Sie, Yonisio, Yinka, and what the boy needs Makalo. I challenge everyone. Where is the other one? He in Liberia now. And Graham Martin, I challenge them. Let them show me one picture of George Weah standing in a refugee camp talking to people. I dare you, nobody can show it. George Weah went to Ghana. He was in Kings Bay Hotel, or he to a place Liberian people want to go look for him. I can still remember one of the games we played with, I think it was Algeria. Yes, Algeria. And these guys were sitting there, people, Liberian people standing looking for money. George Weah came and started yelling at everybody. And people left. Some people stayed. George Weah never went in the refugee camp and carried water, neither rice, or say, let me help you. Lone Star stopped on the field when they were going to play Ghana. And the Liberians, they got buses, 2 buses to carry them on the field. But we sit here, we lie every day about George Weah. I listen to Doe on Spoon FM saying that Alexander Cummings want to be president. That is why he's doing all this thing in Liberia. That is why he spent this. He Doe in Maryland, he never benefited of scholarship. You see how smart and dummy he is? President Weah now, Doe who the smartest man, the elected President Weah were all doing nothing for Liberia, and I still challenged them. George Weah played 60 games for Lone Star. You're going to check the record. Maybe not, but like 60 games. George Weah got involved into the whole Lone Star business. It was after the war. Now when Doe was alive. When Doe was alive, they used to send a ticket, and Monaco would say, oh, well, after the game, we'll bring him. George Weah benefited from Lone Star than any players. Let me make you to understand today. But because we're not sincere to ourselves, that is why our country messed up like this. Do you know what it means by $2 million? Do you know what it means about $2 million? Look, whatever you put on Google, whatever information you give to somebody, that's what they will do. When a white man introduces you, it's what you tell the white man that you spend money on your country. He was the face of Lone Star. George Weah was the face of Liberian football. George Weah rescued Liberia so many times, like what? Charter of flight, and they reimbursing. It was not free. George Weah, Lone Star used Diadora. It was not free. George Weah benefited. Lone Star got a little bit of it. Let somebody tell me of the South Africa, when we went to South Africa, when the problem between Borchers and George Weah, it was just for a signing of a contract jersey. Borcher acquired 100% for Lone Star to use Adidas. George Weah said he had Diadora, and Liberian gave it to him. Yes, he was our superstar. He was the superstar. Did George Weah give the entire money to them? No. They got 10%. You know what I'm saying? George Weah selected, he had the opportunity to select his own players. So he was paying the way to go. He was paying the way, and they pay him later on. Honor Charles Taylor. The other players were getting 5,000. Joel were getting 10,000 whenever he came down to play game. Because they were lying on the ticket. They were lying about the ticket. Somebody said they paid $7,000 from Europe to Liberia. And everybody knew it was not true. Charles said, listen, George Weah got $10,000. I dare I challenge and Zuka Wilson. Let it come if that lie. That's not lie. George Weah have purchased a $15,000 jersey and whatsoever. He showed the team on setting in a way to encourage the players, and he chose his own player. Why do you think we say George Weah 11? He chose his own player. George Weah deprived a lot of young people from playing on the national team. A lot of young people. I can call them. Papi Sumo number 1. The last time Tamabobo played for Lone Star, it was when they played in Mali. And I think the ball told him, say, Papi, just, I think Mauritania or Mali. Yeah. Even the people best man. So George Weah selected his player. Mr. Doe want to compare Cummins with George Weah. Oh, Cummins is from the corporate world. It's different from running country than corporation. That's a lie. A manager, a good manager, or successful manager can run. And there's politics in the corporate world. When you're sensible, you're educated, you're smart enough, and you know left from right. If George Weah, who knew nothing, never ran a successful business, never worked, only his talent he lived on, which is good, we can make him president. You're telling me that Cummins is not qualified to be president of Liberia? While people were behind George Weah, they say, oh, George Weah not part of the war. George Weah had honest money, he was playing football, and he popular. That's all we saw in George Weah. That's all we saw. Oh, don't worry, man. The man will bring people around him. And once you get good people, that's it. That's it. He can make a decision. All George Weah decisions are all bad for the country. Since this president took over, going 3 years, the 100-day policy passed long time. Which are the company that went to Liberia? Nobody can show us one company that went to Liberia. Everybody went to Liberia, they signed MOU and left and never came back because they stole from them. No law and order in the country. People are suffering. People are dying mysteriously. Oh yeah, people been dying before. They have Bojo and whatsoever, Ellen Johnson time, they kill people and all. But this time we not expect for nobody to die mysteriously. Raping going on. No law. The police, we don't know what the police doing. The police not doing the job. The police only there to protect, go against protester. You know what I'm saying? Then you blame opposition for your failures. When you, the one that making the appointment, you run the government, you collecting taxes, you doing everything. The ball stop with you. But yet and still, you got an opposition who not pressurizing you. We the one doing the talking. You got opposition that not carrying casket around to disturb you like how you disturb the country. But we're showing you tough love, Mr. President. To be frank, tough love is what we're trying to show President Weah. It's nothing personal. It's nothing bad. We're just showing tough love. Okay, someone just, okay. Thank you, Smith. Thank you very much. You were in Ghana for true. Thank you. You know, people who talk about George Weah going to Ghana, they never live in Ghana. We live in Ghana. I never went to Ghana in 1990. But I was in Ghana when Lone Star were playing using Liberia as the home game. I videotaped the game with Lone Star. George Weah, they asked me. I videotaped the game with Lone Star and Togo, Lone Star and Algeria. There was a girl who was my commentator who got married to her, Kevin Sebre. He met the girl at that game. He knew her before, his wife. Not his wife now because they divorced. That was his word, that the girl was with me. Liberian people, we laugh so much. Oh, George, we are paying all our school fee. Oh, one guy was brave enough. He said, George, we are transported the entire Sierra Leone national team that was stranded. This guy can lie. That's why Ellen say L-I-E. The way you want to see the lie, you can't say it. Joshua never stepped in the camp of Buduburam. Never. You know why? Good. In George Weah prime, when he was playing soccer, when George Weah leaving from Europe to Africa, journalists follow him. When George Weah went to Ghana to play on the Lone Star team, just at the hotel, journalists were all there running behind him. They would chase him. There will be picture. Let somebody, I'm still saying it, if anybody who will produce a picture of George Weah standing in refugee camp, I'm gonna say I get a picture from a refugee camp. standing in a refugee camp, talking to Liberians, or distributing, or even sitting with them and just drinking, I would give $500. I would leave Facebook. I will apologize and I will never come back on Facebook. I can tell anybody that. And Karika been with George Weah. He spent half of his life with George Weah. I asked him Karika. I asked him Mamadou Masekwe. Okay, Kevin Sibwe, the John CDC already. I sure they will be able to get something in a picture. And Macalor, Yonisio. Who else? Whether they ever step, your librarian, you stop it. Another thing, when the last time during his professional life, George Weah ever had Christmas party for the children in Liberia? Let somebody tell me. Let somebody tell me when George Weah was playing football, he went to Liberia during the interim government time. Things were hard in Liberia. Did George Weah help his community, Gibraltar, or even the PHP where he used to dress and put one wear, or get the people $300 say your dig wear? No. No. Let somebody show it. How will George Weah want to be generous now when he's president and using the country money to go and zing in Gibraltar? But when he was professional, his fraternity grandmother, she's not his biological grandmother, why he never put roof on top of that house? The house was still the same. The house was still the same. The football field in our yard was still the same near the place there. But Liberians, we love George Weah. They love George Weah so much on the lie about George Weah. They love them so much, and people lie about George Weah. But we criticizing other good politicians for not doing nothing. The only thing President Weah did for Liberia was to put Liberia on the map. He was playing soccer. He put his personal achievement there. He won the world best. He won the FIFA best, the Africa best. In fact, Africa best, European best, world best, FIFA Fair Play Award, the ONS model. He won all the trophy that year as an individual. It's just like you going to school and you get your award, you got your PhD, and you graduate as number one in the class and whatsoever. That's your achievement. George Weah got it. Because we love sports, people used to watch sports. So Liberians who go to Europe and were in Ghana, every Wednesday they showed our thing there. George Weah will be on the people's sports thing and they will interview him, and he scored every Wednesday. That when they used to show the highlights of the European games. You know what I'm saying? So he come around, he want to be central attraction. He jogging all over the place, everybody coming to see George Weah. Yes, he happy. He see the more crowd he see, the more he entertain them. But politics is not soccer. Because if politics was like soccer, then I would be all beyond George Weah. We not have differences. Because George Weah played for IE. George Weah didn't have a party right in my house after IE game. They were Brappo, all the guys that were playing for IE, but William Marshall, all the guys were. By the time IE win, Mama Point, they will be there the whole night. In Mama Point, Thomas Fremont, Red Brappo, and all the guys there. You know what I'm saying? So that is how we know them. And our little 5 cents, we used to buy water for them. We're not nothing that time. We're not nothing. But we used to do things. But politics is not football. So it's not because you play for IE that means I must listen to you to say, oh, no. Some of us, we are free thinkers. Our minds are different. Because I can't leave from Liberia, travel there, and still get the same stupid mind and be thinking like the man in Liberia. No. But some people, they don't get it lie. Some people, they love. I said something. Never fall in love with a politician. Even if my own brother turned to be a politician, I can't fall in love with you again when it comes to public policy. Nope. When we go home, we talk about different things. But you go and mess up out there and you think I will come and say, oh yes, the man right. No. I'm not going to, I can't promise nobody that one. I can't promise nobody that one. Please. Then there's Mr. Doe man on Spoon TV saying that, oh, come is there. Yes, that's true, because That is what Liberian people want. And I can give you the differences why coming people still, the thing is with politics, if you have everything, you got to add the street smart to politics. When I say street smart, you must understand the little man that certain things he want from you. They're not because of money. Certain things now, little men want to hear you. He need to call you. When you hear Darius, they don't say, listen, just call me ADD or call me Light. He need to say, hello, Mr. Cummings. No. If he call you Alex, answer. If they call you talk to do, answer. But let them don't tell when library men, if you show library men and people who surround you saying that you got money, they will treat you like people who got money. You can get your money with you and you still teach them. Yes, I got this money, but it's a free cash. I can give it to you. But I don't want you to use the money thinking that you want to buy votes. No. You make them to understand. Nobody going to hide this one. Cummings got money. Nobody can hide it. But if you know what to tell the people, they don't give a damn about your money. They just want to see if you can make the difference. But you will have to send that message. If you say such a thing, we understand, yes. There's certain things that Mr. Cummings lacking that he need to work on. But I see nobody within the 4 political parties that call CPP can tell me the more qualified than Mr. Cummings. And he said, Mr. Cummings saying that, look at, that's the thing. I'm not trying to attack Doe, but I expect him to know better. Or educated man, he's very educated, smart. How will you say that, wow, Cummings don't want to go as vice president? Who are you to tell Cummings to go as vice president? Nobody goes into a competition to take second place. When you go into the competition, if you don't win, then the person who took that first place can ask you, can you be my co-chair or can you be my vice president? Liberians, how many times we should learn? That is why we don't get good leader, because we sit there, we assume that this man is a good man. So because he been around long time, we should use him. My people change hard, but we must change. We must change. Nobody within the CPP can tell me. But now this is the thing. I'm not saying Cummings is educated than them. But what I'm saying, from his record, from where he coming from, he understands how things supposed to work. The first thing in any government is law and order. If you cannot put your house in order for discipline first, nothing you do correctly. It's just like you walk into a house, the whole house is upside down. What you do? You will arrange everything, you clean up nicely. Then you have time to sit. You understand? Good. I will say this. People, especially when the whole CPP started, the whole CPP business. Do you know who started CPP? It came from UP. It came from Unity Party people. The Boyka group. They call LAP, ALP, and then LP. Then Ben Ayure then reached out to Cummings. And let me say this today, and I know people will not like it. Because of ANC, I know ANC gets some arrogance. They get some people who in there will talk to them to slow down. They don't understand politics still. I hate, in fact, and I'm in ANC though, only in Liberia, I have seen educated people and money people. We travel around the world. I don't see millionaires bragging, telling you, do you know how many degrees I got? Carry it to a public corporation. Carry it to your own business. Not into politics. Because when you come into politics, nobody give a heck about your damn degree. They want to see what leadership you bring in. They want to see what you can do. You see the paper when you go to school, they give it to you, they say, congratulations, Mr. John Brown, you have obtained this master degree in this, this. That means you have prepared yourself to learn. And mean this thing here, your children can take it. You can't leave it with nobody. It's in your head. When you die, you die. Your duty is to teach other people, and it will be easy for them to teach you because you already know. And they still will have to teach you. Education is a continual process. That is why when you leave, you go for refresher courses, you must read and also ever. That is why even in the Constitution, they don't put degree. Because who can tell me which type of degree or president supposed to have. No country put degree. They say you must be a citizen with this age and this amount of thing. That's what they say, even the great United States. But it is norms and customary that at least our leaders must know something, which is clean. Which is clean. You look at America today, there have been no PhD person who been president of America. If they were looking for the man with the biggest degree, Obama would not have been president. Newt Gingrich, then other people were going to be president. But they don't look at that. They don't look at that. The president of America, some of the lawyers and whatsoever. George Bush had a master's degree. George Bush. So, Liberia, we look at all these things, but we got to look at experience. The problem with our country, that all the older people is the one that got the experience and are the educated people. Our young people are not really educated. The ones that who into politics. When you look at America, when you go to Silicon Valley, you go to all the other places, you see 25, 26, 27. You see some of the people that who into government yet. Some of them got their BSc, some of them get a law degree, some of them they get into politics. Some of them are nurses, some of them are doctors. You know, some of them retire and they get into politics. But in Liberia, we just sit down for long because I tried the first time, second time, third time, so that I should take it. Politics is not dress right, dress, my people. It's not that about time. It's not about time. It's not about that's the man time. And the age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. You can be old like a church rock. The next man can be smart. Now, I said something. We need an open convention. This is what we need to start preaching about. This is what we need to tell the people. You see this closed convention where everybody comes for delegates. That is what putting us into problems. That you see Kennedy leaving, members leaving and go as an independent. Now, if you get the 4 political parties, they all got members in all the counties. Like for Nima County, you got Ida Gonglo, she was with LP. You got Ty Womwe from ANC. There was another guy from UP, and all these people, they all want to represent, they all want to control and lead the counties. If you bring in a delegate, every one of them bring in a delegate. Delegate is nothing good that anybody can like. Once you do it fairly, that when you present the delegates, you got nothing to let the county chairman of that party select the delegate, not the man from Monrovia. But because I like this person, I was only select people in my group to go there. And then sometimes I won't bring them the same day of the delegate, the convention. In America, the people make their cases if it ever goes to the convention. They allow the candidates to make their cases to people. While they're there, they lobbying, people talking. But yeah, if you get another chairman from a party, nobody's my political leader, so I don't call people political. I can tell you, say you're political leader of the party, but you're not my political leader. You are not my leader. I don't say that. Because when I start personalizing leadership, then the next thing, when you do something wrong, I can tell you, I admire your work, I admire your leadership, and that's it. I will not personalize it. I hear people say, oh, my leader, oh, my hero. No. For you to be my hero, trust me, it's not because you do something in a public thing. You must save a life. When you save a life, and the people who saving life, it's not just to talk. It's not just to give the order. Some people, yes, they gave the order, people go there. But the man who put his life on the line for somebody, my mom is my hero, my mother. Okay. Now, when you go to the convention, you got a chairman of another party saying that, well, all my delegates going to vote for X. So once they go, you're not happy. It happened with Prince Johnson in the Unity Party. Prince Johnson went to the convention. They beat him. All of them playing. They said, my man, Prince Johnson a rebel man. Prince Johnson said, oh, the guy can't beat me in my country. Hell it. Prince Joseph went independent and whipped the guy like market door. Now, if we leave it open, where only registered member of the 4 political parties can participate, that means you should get a voting card and whatsoever. We can make it transparent. Now, they gave you 1 month or 30 days to campaign. People will vote for you. When they vote for you and you lost, you will be ashamed enough to go. You will understand how you're standing. But if I see 5,000 people are plenty people. When I see 5,000 or I see 6,000 people standing in front of me, I say, listen, I can win this thing. Now you just took a vote. So in our county, when the 4 candidates go and either come out victorious or tie one way, whosoever, in the party, you're not going to go independent. When you go independent, don't come back to the party again. We expel you. That means you dare to betray the party and to do whatsoever. We expel you. In fact, when you lose that convention, you know that I can't win it. But when you win that convention, you own the party carrying you straight. You see how you're looking good? The same thing with the presidency, the candidate. We need, Cummings say he want to run. Boyka say he want to run. Whoever going to contest, we need a debate. We need a debate, more than 3 debates. And all the counties must have their open convention with only members voting. They can look for the money. They can look for the money. Let the Liberian people for the first time decide. But let me say this. They go to the convention with delegates. Cummings will not win. Will not. Because you were already, from his talking, he's already signed a covenant with UP. UP. I would not want to see a UP candidate against CDC. How can I campaign against CDC when I get a UP candidate leading the CPP? How can I tell CDC that they are corrupt? And don't mind sedition talking about Cummings. What they going to tell Cummings? What are they going to really tell Cummings? Cummings corrupt? Or what are they going to tell Cummings? Oh, and you just wanted to, Cummings move whom? Cummings participated in the first election. So he's okra up to A. He knows exactly. I know, see anybody the CPP carry, yes. Liberians will say, okay, because of this, they will come and start looking for the 2 evil and choose the lesser evil. But the mess we in today was done by UP. Let us face the fact. The mess we in today started with UP. But the good thing is that with the corruption, they turn over a nice government over to them. They turn over everything. In fact, when you go and listen to George Weah's speech, Ellen actually turned over a working government that George Weah could just get on it and close the eye and start driving. Whether the money was not enough and whatsoever. But instead of taking it out of the house, he took it in the septic tank, like Daryl Jerome always say. Ellen took it from the bush, from the kitchen into the living room, almost to the door. And George Weah then took it right back. Go back and listen to President Weah's speech. So everything was good when they took over. Everything was fine. They took over a decent government in a sense that was in place, the policy and whatsoever. And Ellen said, I filled in and the corruption part and to unite the country, which she never did. But these were the same people who defended Ellen. The Mo Ali, the whosoever, they all there, they defended Ellen. They were all on radio saying this was good, this was bad. Oh, they never said nothing. Now today, everyone want to advocate. But they sitting, they don't want to take front seat. No, they can't take the front seat, my people. You cannot allow them to take front seat. Let me show you something else. I want you to look at it. In fact, let me go to the Gone election. Don't you know that ANC had only 2 counties in the whole election? 2 counties, Cape Mount and Maryland. And sometimes when I hear people talking, oh, Cummings can't even win Maryland. What role Cummings really played in Maryland? Cummings was not born in Maryland. Cummings was not the one who used to go visit Maryland to say people even know Cummings. We all get to know Cummings' father, yes, from the Maryland side, who, you know how many people say they're from Maryland and they never lived there? If your father from Maryland, that doesn't mean that you're from Maryland. The place you were born is where you're from. You're Liberian. Eh? Jico, like the guy who won for CDC, that guy could go independent and still win because everybody know him in Maryland. He lived there. He got property there. Cummings don't have a house in Maryland. Cummings' father don't even have a house in Maryland. So what you expecting to do? Okay, Cape Man, Simeon Taylor. What does Simeon Taylor jump from different party? Simeon Taylor is with ANC, and he won. They took all the counties. UP took Cape and Lofa. And let me tell you now, this is the problem I have with Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka don't even have the balls to stand up to make a decision when he personally took Brani Samoka and put him over Lofa County and put his hand up. Who contested against Brani Samoka in Lofa County in the UP? One of the ladies said left UP and went to Arkop, I think to Arkop, yeah. The same Brani Samoka who the American people left a military with and they used the people insurance money. You think the American people don't know? Look, Brani and Mr. Bwaka will not contest. Put me on record today. Mr. Bwaka, Joseph Bwaka, Nima Bwaka, will not get into the race. Y'all put me on record. Mr. Bwaka, Joseph Numa Bwaka, will not. The people who pushing him, they will drop. They will be disappointed. There are a lot of things that we know that will not say nothing. Will not say nothing. Lot of things that people piss off with. Even I will tell you today, the thing that happened like bro today, the international community saw it. Long time. The thing that happening right now today. But I will not say nothing. But I'm telling you, I want you to put me on record. Y'all put me on record. Maybe somebody will jump from heaven, come down. You know when they have the open convention, Darius Dillon has the right to get into the convention for her party. Darius Dillon can come up on the Liberty Party ticket and say, I want to contest. That's his right. But we shouldn't sit down to show that Unity Party is greedy for power after destroying Liberia. Let me tell you how they're greedy for power. I want you to listen to me keenly. When they came into the coalition, the first thing, they started with the whole propaganda, the news now, trying to save the lobbying. Omen Bwaka will go then go as a stand-up bearer, then Cummings will go as a VP to him. That was the song. That was the song. Everybody singing that song, singing the song. They singing the song. Oh yes, that's the only way. And Cummings say he won't be no president. Cummings, you won't force to be president. Omen Bwaka, we got the numbers. You know the party ain't get no damn numbers. Every ruling party, or especially 12 years, every ruling party can get a number. When they lose, they don't have no more numbers. You know why they say they get the numbers? Is to go to the convention and go cheat. Because Bernard Ure going to give them all his vote. He already said it. He's supporting Bwaka. He said that already. Now, if they have an open convention, let's see the numbers you got. Let's go to the American Liberian people, let them cast their vote and see if you can win any other candidate. That is time we're going to campaign. And it's good for us. This is not about you and myself in the same group or you and myself supporting the same cause. But the fact is that we want somebody better. We want a change. We want a new face. If anybody can come from anywhere, they can join the Cummings and go and contest for that stand-up bearership. Darius Dillon can do it. But guess what? You see Darius Dillon? He follow protocol. He understand who's the leader, the political leader within their party. He's always gracious of whatsoever. He's a spiritual person. Now, after Darrell Dillon won this election with the margin that we all work for, when Darrell Dillon was getting into the election, even UP supporters did not believe. In fact, some of them were criticizing Darrell Dillon. But because of they saw the margin, the new song now, oh, Ome Boaka and Darrell Dillon will be on the ticket. You hear it? Is that why you can't leave Dillon behind, because Dillon get plenty of people. Everybody will want Dillon on a ticket. If Dillon don't want to get on anybody's ticket and Dillon talk to his supporters, they will still listen. And two, Dillon not leaving the party. Dillon will not go. I see some people say, oh, Dillon should contest. If Dillon want to contest in the primary, he can do it. Dillon will not go independent and win presidential election in Liberia. No way. So let you erase it off. Dillon will not even go independent. As I said, he got a 9-year or he got a 7-year job right now. He would not. He would not. So you erase that part. Dillon not even thinking about running for president. We shouldn't fool him. I know people talking, oh yes, Dillon. It's up to Dillon. We can say it from now to Germany. It's up to Dillon to make that decision if he think he's ready. You know what I'm saying? So let us wait. There's no candidate right now. But we saying, and I'm saying it, we cannot sit. As much as we give people second chance, we cannot sit by and for the people who destroy the country to use Mr. Boaka to be the face of CPP against George Weah. It will be a terrible mistake in our life. It will be a terrible mistake in our life. Yes, it will be a terrible mistake. No way. We have an open convention. If everybody votes and the Liberian people say yes, Cummings, we're not carrying you. Cummings will be convinced. But I myself, if I go into an close convention and I don't win it, I will never feel good. Because you know what? I'm campaigning and I got other people out there who, why 100% should go decide who should be president of Liberia from a party? To me, that's nonsense. Why 100% should decide that, oh, this man will be our standard bearer? So we need to preach it. We need to let them know. We cannot, and I'm saying it, put me on record. Put me on record. From this time, within the next 3 years, Liberian people will know who to call Alexander Cummings. He's not going to cause Boaka. He's not going to cause George Weah. He's not going to do nothing. That's his style. And let me tell people when they talk about strong, oh, Alexander Cummings weak. Liberian people, we stupid. We are very, very stupid. You won not because CDC were all over. You saw George Weah all over the place. If you tell me Cummings weak, George Weah strong, no. Do you know what make a leader strong? It's the decision you make and how well you implement the decision. That is what make a leader strong. It's not how you yell. It's not to say, let's go in the street. No, Liberia is fragile. CDC is willing any day for confusion to open Liberia. Let me make you understand this. During the Ellen Johnson time, the government control it because CDC provoked the government so badly that they could get into something. This time, the opposition controlling it because the government is protecting and provoking the opposition that when they come out so they can spoil everything. You know what I'm saying? People, you'll be wise. We quick to be carried away. We're not patient with nothing. Darros they don't want. I see people singing, oh yes, and Boaka and Darros they don't. Boaka will be there for 3 years, and no, Boaka will be there for the first 6 years or 3 years. Then he will resign. Then Cummings will come in, and now that Boaka and Cummings. Then some people say, oh no, that Cummings and Dillon. That's a strong thing too, but that's not how it's supposed to go. We the one cannot tell them who to be. We cannot tell them. People love Dillon, so if they say, "Oh, we want for Dillon to go as a vice president," yes, they trust him Because his work in the Senate, the discipline that he will instill, that's it. They don't get a lot of advantages to either be president, vice president, or president pro tem, which is fair. But he got 3 years to prove it. He has 3 good years to prove it that he's ready. And there's time. That's why I say he's spiritual. He believes in God. And there's something they say in the Bible. And what's for you shall see your face. And God time is the best. You can never rush it. You must be prepared to go into something that you know that a lot of people you're going to be dealing with. So I'm saying this today. I don't care how people feel about it. You cannot tell me that Boyka will do a good job with Alexander compared to Alexander Cummings. Because I have heard Alexander Cummings telling his people, his supporters, people who bring money, say, if you think you're supporting me because of your money, then you're in the wrong place. Now, I spoke with Yasin, I spoke with other people from ANC. Me, I can call them out a lot of times. What people don't understand, you see, I can say anything. I support ANC, I can come and say any kind of thing on Facebook. Nobody will blame Cummings. They will say, oh, and you want us to vote for Cummings, then you're making such a statement. Nobody, you know why? Because Cummings don't know me, I don't know him. But if I was close to Cummings, I would be very careful what I post. Because whatever I post will affect Cummings. That is why when Muna Fire put something there, and Monoshi and come and apologize to talk about it, you got to be careful. And Yasin got to be careful. They got to slow down. Or when they do it, if I was near Cummings and they do such a thing, Cummings will react and say, I disagree with you. That's a wrong statement. And I will start telling Cummings, listen, you need to have a Facebook or social media time that you yourself control your phone and show your face and talk to Liberian people and let them be talking to you. You got to engage them, Mr. Cummings. If you don't, we are on social media. The people want to see who they're dealing with. We know that whenever Cummings go for an interview, he come out good. But it's not enough. It's not enough. You're who surrounded Cummings. He got everything, but he having problem with the people, the relationship. The relationship. Yes, you can protect him, but you cannot stop him as if nobody. People want to see him when it's time to move around. He move around. The best way. Look at and Daros. Daros spend more time on the social media and explain to the people. That's the only way we can listen to it. There is no national news. You, Mr. Cummings, you can go to the TV station, you can go to the radio station, but at your spare time, you take your phone and they say, oh, Cummings online. People start making comments. They will curse you. They will say this and you answer them. And you explaining your policy. How many times we should say this? Social media is the only place that people get the news from. The only place. People will curse. People will say, but let him, not to be going for interview, let him sit there, put his podcast on, and just say, listen, Mr. Cummings will be on every day to speak on issues concerning the country. He's not going to cause Joshua. He's not going to do this, but just so Liberian people can sit down and interact. Because Joshua ain't do it. If Joshua was doing it, Joshua wouldn't look at Facebook to see who gossiping about him or who talking about him. You see that? You see the great Barack. The great Barack. You look on my text here. I see text from what his name and Joe Biden. When Joe Biden going live, Joe Biden get a special TV, the special online thing. It will come on phone. Clip. They say Joe Biden going live. Apart from the news outlet. Apart from the news outlet, every time Joe Biden make a comment he going to speak, it will come up. I watch it live. I mean, get some on my page, because when you make the first contribution, they put your name there. That's it. That's it. And Trump, whole day he tweeting, he got over how many thousand followers. So there is nothing wrong. That's the thing with politics. Politics, It's not corporation where you're going to look for a job. The people that want to look at your resume. The people that they want to see you. Sometimes you get there and just walk Broad Street and let them see. And you know what I'm saying? Let them see. So I will tell you, and I talk to people, somebody, oh, money, I'm not rushing to sit with commies and to talk and this and that, because I'm not looking for anything that other people think that they're looking for. No. I just want the things to be good. But I will not be afraid of anybody. I attack whoever. I don't attack you, but I disagree with people. And I expect you to disagree with me. Not to insult me. I'm not supposed to insult you, but I can disagree with you and accept it. Not to block me. But we need an open convention in Liberia, my people. Let me tell you the real truth. Let the Liberian people get involved this time. The Liberian people are saying that we're not going to ask you for money again. We're not going to start running behind you. We want you to do something for us, that we will go to school, we will go to the hospital, our children will be better, there will be jobs in our country. Yes. I have seen ANC Mr. Cummings blueprint. Yes. There is nowhere you can connect. And I have seen in this country that people who surround themselves with Cummings or whatsoever, yes, you look at Yasini. Oh, Yasini, let her talk too much. Yasini this and that. No, she's not the only ANC people. They got some solid ANC people who don't want nothing from Liberia, but they're willing to invest or to do anything in Liberia. Man like Richelieu Dennis, a strong Cummings supporter. You think he won't live in Liberia? He's rich. He's a businessman in America. Don't you think there are business people, they're money waiting because they don't trust our government? When George Weah took over, there were a lot of people who were standing by to move into Liberia. But when they start going in, they first put, they start eating the eyeball. They can't say, man, don't waste your time. People don't understand. There were people sitting by waiting. The people even start the business, some of them lose $500,000. Especially when he robbed his own first cousin, who helped him, Augusto Weah, who helped him run campaign. And they all said they didn't know the man. He put the boy in jail, and that boy had to escape. So you think it gave you good news? No. We shouldn't let nobody fool us. We are beggars. We can't do nothing of America right now. We're not in a position to say, F America, we'll go. If America tell France, say, don't work with Liberia, they will not work with us. When America tell Great Britain, say, that Liberia country, you might not waste your time with them. That's it. The big countries, they're not like Rwanda, who had everything and then turn it back and say, listen, your business can call. But when you see, when white men see your production, your the way you work, he afraid to tell you things. Ghana, I can remember Gerald Rollington, Ghana broke diplomatic relationship with America under Gerald Rollins. And they came back. Because they know they want something from there. But Liberia, we mortgaging our whole damn country. Let Vanny Sherman today. You know that Vanny Sherman in America, Vanny Sherman get a house in Maryland. A house. Vanny Sherman get his bank account right now in America is frozen. Yes. Don't let nobody fool you. And I will give example of something. There's a guy they call Chapman Logan. Chapman Logan was going on with Bell Dunbar. We were living right Burlington, New Jersey, Amherst Drive. I went in that house, I did some work. Chapman Logan and Bell Dunbar. Bell Dunbar was on the list not to come to America. She was on the treasury list, she was at the put at the time. They gave my aunt's husband, Power Anthony, to sell a house. Power of Anthony. The house on the market. The first day they went to the place, they did everything when they go find out. When they went deep, oh no, the house cannot be sold. This house is for the federal. They check this place, they check that place. They don't know. Everywhere they went is blocked. Today, the house is sitting in Burlington, been there for what? 20 years now. The time, you just imagine a building They built a house in 1995. 95. The house is there because they were living in the house when I came in 99. The house is there, nobody touching it, nobody breaking it down. It's done. The government took it. They seized, they closed her account down. They froze everything. It's the same problem with our own man Bernard Ure. Yes, I know when Ellen took what you heard the news, the guy who went to Liberia and he said Bernard Ure whipping. When Ellen just took over, there's a guy who used to work with the bank. And they said Bernard Ure had a nephew here who had the same name, Bernard Ure. And the boy used to write check to the bank. And the guy used to approve the slip. And the guy used to withdraw because Bernard Ure can come to America. He's on the treasury list. Bernard Ure is on the treasury list. I don't know if they're taking it up because he cannot come. When America put you on treasury list, forget it. It's worse than not. Who would not want to come to America? America is country by itself, and all the other countries in the world are one. So they got two countries in the world. They get America and others, just like Mercedes-Benz. You rich. If you don't buy Mercedes-Benz, you buy no car, you can buy all the other cars. If you don't put a Mercedes-Benz among your fleet, you don't do nothing yet. So if America stop you and America put something, they will deal with the people who doing business with you. The people who doing business with you, they will deal with them. You know what I'm saying? So that silver mining case and whatsoever they did, vanishment was lying and all kinds of things. And let me tell you today, that thing set put Liberian government in mess. Because guess what? What pissed the people off when the government dropped the cases? They dropped the case. They dropped the case. They didn't even go after it. They drop it. They dropped the case. All that thing put President we are government into buy a book with America. They don't know that. Eh? And even Omen Boaka, just by putting Brandon Samuel's hand up, it put he himself into buy book to show he can make a decision. He don't have the guts to look at Brandon Samuel and say, listen, Samuel, you caused some problem in this. Then let me ask you, if you said that the Omen actually challenged Ellie on corruption, Brandon Samuel admitted he was the minister. If the government say let's use it and you say no, they can't do a damn thing to you. Let the whole world know that Ellen wanted to use it. But Mr. Boaka took Brandon Samuel and put it in Lofa. You know Lofa people, they put submissive, they put respect the older, the elder. They respect them. You know what I'm saying? So he took Brandon Samuel and put them on a ticket. Even they took that guy, yes, he won. The people in Bon County look at it and say, listen, as much as we don't want Moi, we will prefer him than Yala. And the other boy from Liberty Party, Dumia or what, decided to go independent because he was not on the ticket. And he started running on freeing Charles Taylor. You see that too? To free, oh Jesus Christ. To free Charles Taylor. Or he was doing it so they will vote for him. They say, oh yeah, Banga that Charles Taylor stronghold. It just proving to you that I know Charles Taylor stronghold. Let's stop the nonsense, but somebody's stronghold and not somebody's stronghold. Charles Taylor caused his problem. He brought a war to Liberia. It's unfortunate that he alone there and other people still passing around. But the fact is that why would you want to bring Charles Taylor on your thing? You put Charles on the picture on your poster. What was the strategy? Eh? And people who, you know, sometimes this is what we're talking about. That's why I say you don't fall in love. When my brother was contesting against Sir Joseph, my brother worked for Charles Taylor. I told him, I said, listen, there will be a lot of issues coming up. But what people don't understand, like one guy said, oh, my brother was an armed dealer. I said, but if Charles Taylor will use Mark Kishen to go buy arms, then why he use me too? Because I older than Mike. Mike, who was just a lay pupupa picking before the war started. Mike, Charles Taylor used Mark to go bring arms. They put all the picture behind Mark Kishen. They say they made an arm dealer because God helping. And Mark never worked in Charles Taylor government. My brother was a signal unit guy, and you know the communication people. With this boy who look on TV to or look on Facebook called Joseph Demi. Joseph Demi and other people met us in Godric. We were to one of our relatives' place. We all ran for the war. But you know, coming up, people so frisky. In fact, when my mother, thought I was coming to be the frisky one to join rebel or whatsoever, whole day she talking to us. When we went Godric, the people came there. They came from Bassa. But you know, when country people come to town, most of the trainers, they came from Nimba, they went to Bassa, then they came with a fishing boat. They came and met Moria boys. We discipline them, we show them life. They decide to be friendly. They Demi, Joseph Demi, your long feel see Joseph Demi. So I stayed in Godric for some time and I left. This day, I was on one of the little rebel pickup. They collected a pickup. I'm going to say I'm going to hustle look for Gary. My first time going to look for Gary, the people collected us in somewhere in Cape Mount. They gave me like 2 good latches. No new when they collected all the people, the first thing they got and say, oh, that all the things in the pickup from that ball horse. That means my pa left. And I was going, so I said, what the hell the guy talking about? Then when they gave me, they were trying to beat me. I said, but they said, you can't take care of power property. I said, which power property? When I came back, I told my mom, I said, I'm going Freetown. Because I went to school in Israel, I said, I'm going home. I carry one body called Soiree, Bob Soiree today, Bob Soiree. I carry Bob Soiree. Anderson died in France. One body called Nat Way and myself. We left, we walked, we got in the car, went to that border. From there, we sneak, we crossed and went into Sierra Leone. My brother and other people were there. They and Demi got friendly. This one, you know, you're going to car, this and that, all of them, poop, the ENPP. The radio communication people, they call and say that Charles Cedar hot. You know, you don't want to be giving Charles Cedar the message. So when the guy take all the place, then you come and sit. So he was a chief of communication. One go look, my brother, I went back to Liberia. My brother came, he was so afraid, he went back Banga, and he was in Banga, that's where he started living. And then he started working there as an operator, radio operator. He was in Monrovia, the people had a TLC, nobody invited him. Nobody asked him when he came to Monrovia, chat, they ain't getting shit. He was one of those who, you know, like say someone on a leader doing something, they ain't give you nothing. And then he went to Goss and started working with Goss. From there, he started developing himself, started moving, started going up, and he became a guru in the poor company. So I told him, I said, there'll be a lot of things coming up. And I don't disassociate my brother from NPP. I always say that if the war crime code come to Liberia, he face it. When that war crime code come to Liberia, a lot of people, when they face it and they get out, that's it. War crime code not coming to look for people. If you create your own problem or genocide, you see like Sonika Diabo, they invited him because people said they saw Sonika Diabo performing in some area. When you know, sometimes the guys, they got into this thing and it went in their head. And some of them caused some stupid problems and people know them. That's the problem. You see? So if you, I would not say, oh, my brother NPP, I'm not NPP man. I would say, okay, well, I said my brother NPP man, I never took job from Charles Taylor. I never sat out in front of Charles Taylor one day. People say, but your brother, my brother is a sea child. I never. I was a civil servant in labor ministry. Charles Taylor met me in Monrovia. But after I got all my late things to leave, the minister said, oh, where you going for this? I said, listen, the government here, I'm not here for that nonsense. Let me go to America. Yeah, I came home. I was a civil servant, never appointed by nobody. I went to civil servant. I took my test. I came from driver all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So I try to say this. Yes, my brother can be on the other side, I'm on the other side. Everybody answer for themselves. But I love my brother. I love my brother. When we in though, we laughing. You know that's something nobody can take for you. When you sick, you sick. I can't hold your sickness. If I'm going to die, nobody can die for me. Nobody can say, oh, say money going to die. Let me just die one time and he will save. No, nobody can do it. So everybody on their own. So all these things we're doing, That is where the decision come in. Mr. Bouaka, who worked with Ellen Johnson for 12 years, he ever questioned Ellen on corruption? Did Mr. Bouaka ever say, Madam President, the corruption is too high? You know, some people say, but why you supported Bouaka during it against George Weah? And I owe no one an apology. And I still believe that President Weah was the wrong one for Liberia, and it's proven today. So, at the time, I prefer Bouaka than him. Because Ellen was on, you see, it was easy by that time. Ellen was on the side. Ellen was with George Weah, Boisonga. They divided it. Some of them went to Ellen, the Mary Broad, whatsoever. Every one of them, Eugene Nangbe, plus other people, they went to Bouaka. So Ellen was not part of the party anymore. But what happened now? Ellen is back into the party. Ellen is part of UP. Why we should sit there and pretend that they should come back to power when Ellen Johnson is there? When Ellen Johnson, the one who handled the whole thing, what the George Weah. Look, they shouldn't make fun of Liberian people. Please, we need new faces. Within, you see some people say Daros. Daros Dillon is not a political leader for LAP. LAP has a political leader. Bromskin died, right? I said, oh yeah, Bromskin was going to be president. But if Bromskin was alive, he's the political leader, he will want to be able to run. You will say Bromskin is a new face, and Alexander Cummings is a new face. When you say new face, to be president, whether they live in Liberia, they call them new face. Look, no young person can take the young group to the 21st century, but let's be careful. Dana Daros don't want to take us there. Look, it is not impossible. 3 years from now, like voters can never always be right. Let's get it straight. They can never be right. They can love you for some reason, for no reason. You know what I'm saying? They can love you for no reason. But when we want good for Liberia, we're looking for experience. People who got the experience out there. Even if you don't have it out there, but we should understand the way you apply it in your own country. We need law and order. Yes, Daros Dillon, he believed in law and order. That is why he stood online to vote. To vote. But if you put Daros Dillon and Cummings together, I will tell you, I will still support Cummings to be president for Liberia. You ask me why. I look at his record, his outside record, his contact his contact outside, that he can meet anybody. He worked for the biggest, one of the Fortune 500 companies, the first 100 companies in the world, Coca-Cola, with over $80 billion investment. Somebody said on the same Spoon show, oh, Cummings was only vice president for Kenya. That's a lie. Cummings was heading the entire Africa. Then before he came to the States, he was the second man. It's in the magazine here. He's a financial officer. If you don't perform, they fire you. If you don't perform for them to make profit, they will fire you. Some Liberians were so naive and backward. Oh, when Cummings was working on Coca-Cola, why he get Liberian Training Scholarship? Were you crazy? You know how many persons benefited from Cummings Scholarship? Not only Liberians alone. And those said, just because Cummings will be president, that's why he come. You know who all Cummings help? There's a guy who called me, I don't even know, they call him Mohammed. Mohammed lived in America, Mohammed Ba. Mohammed Ba said his first job in America was given to him by Cummings at the Pittsburgh food place there. The food, you know, the food things that the packaging, the food. He was a vice president there. He said he applied to the place, and when he found out they got our librarian, he said, oh, they got a librarian guy. Eh? So look at all our people in Liberia to show that all of them get rich from government, including our present president now. He blew up the money he reached from government today. Can Cummings build a better house than what he lives in right now? Eh? We should the president tell us, I don't want to get paid. Come say, I don't want 2 years pay. He not say I don't want pay. I don't want 2 years pay. To show he believe in law and order, he say the money should go straight to the Anti-Corruption Commission. Let us open our eyes. Cummings is not pushing himself on us that he must be president because of what they can be saying. That's the propaganda they carry around. Oh, Cummings say he must. No. Look, they got people right in America who run for president. They didn't say they're running for senator. They didn't say they won't be this and that. They run for president. They got other people. Why Donald Trump never said, okay, you know what, I'm going to run for senator from this place. But instead, he want to be president. He waited for the time to go. You don't have to run to be senator because Joe is senator, so Cummings must be senator. Oh, let Cummings go be senator for Maryland. Because we don't even know our constitution. Why you want to push people on other people? You got to live there for a year. Cummings don't have a property in Maryland. Cummings was not born in Maryland. But just because somebody want to associate, oh, my pa from there, oh, my mom from there, and whatsoever. Cummings was born in Maryland, in Monrovia. Oh, he came in with Maryland. That Cummings supposed to take their vote and put it in Maryland in the box. That Cummings supposed to do it. Liberian people are sort of go, we crazy, oh. We crazy. Hillary, her husband could not win Arkansas. It's a Republican state. The guy who in Maryland, he's a sedition, but you think the people in Maryland don't know him, or because he's a sedition. He won it on his own. He didn't win it because of CDC. But he just sedition. So you saw Joe we are going to the campaign? No. Joe ain't gonna. He have. In fact, he's not even a sedition. He's from NPP. He's member of NPP. He's the chairman for NPP in Maryland. So it's not about CDC. He's on NPP ticket. He's from NPP. Although they just consider a coalition. But you're not a CDC member. You know what I'm saying? Dan Moriah know that's why he went independent. Because nobody was going to take him. Dan Moriah was on the NPP ticket. He was on the NPP ticket. But because he didn't do a damn thing in Maryland, so the NPP people, listen, Maryland get a lot of people from NPP. A lot. That is why CDC merged with NPP. NPP gave CDC victory. Let me tell you the reality. You're checking. The two elections when Joey Allen lost, NPP had a lot of seats. They won mostly in Monserrato because they are Monrovia. They were Monserrato party. So, Boakai made that first mistake. So tell me, if somebody tell me say Cummings corrupt, in what way? Somebody say, oh, Cummings went and took Fubu hearings and put it in the District 9. We don't know. I asked. There was an agreement amongst themselves that listen, let Fubu go. He talked to them. He been in that place. He been working there. But Salensa decided to go on his own. Salensa came in last time on run. Then Yvette went on her own. She came from the City Liberty Party. They were not happy. They were not happy at all. They wanted to be on it. They wanted to be there. But at the time, the CPP, they were having there was no convention. The only place they really argue at in Nima County. Bernard Uribe just sent Sano Johnson to Bombing. And I myself, I was living in Bombing. I'm not going to vote for Sano Johnson. I was not going to vote for Sano Johnson. He caused problem that they see it during high school. We all know about that story. They know. He was with the same chancellor acting as if he came with chancellor. He was a general. They all came there. And I know a story where Sano Johnson disgraced a woman during the war. But the people of Bombing County, they voted for him. They voted for him. It's just that how they voted for Prince Johnson. I don't know how Prince Johnson protected Nima County when he bypassed the entire Nima County and went to came all the way and went through the Daman place there and sat down on the island. You know how many Nibamans were going to die because of that? So all this we think because I'm a CP, so I accepted everybody. No. Bon County, I was not going to take Dumoye. You know why? He made a great. He was an independent guy. One and two. He said he had a Chancellor on his picture that he got to bring Chancellor back to Monrovia. And the people in Bon County, as much as they were not happy with Moe, and he said, but Yala was the worst. Yala was the worst. He was the worst. So Dumoye, maybe he can run for representative now. And they will be so big and proud. Oh, I went for Senate and I can't go for representative. No, you can still run for representative if that's the place you're coming from. Go on the party, go on they need to go on CPP now. The CPP need to capitalize on that NIMBA with Jeremiah Kuhn's seat and Bon County seat, Edwin Snow's seat. Grand G forget it. Forget about Grand G. So, seditions, let me go back to you guys. There is no chance for your winning 2023. If you cannot tell George you have to change and you won't be complaining about other people around George and you're living a real problem, how you tell George we have to save George we have government on himself? Tell me. Grand G on or sedition or somebody else can run for that seat, but nobody else can just win it easily. Yeah. In Bomi, Snow is powerful there. A Snow put anybody to take a seat will win. So you need to sit down and talk to Snow. Let Snow come back to the CPP. We need the number. We need everybody. Even Snow got it right. If he want to contest the 2023 election to get in the convention, he can do it. Look, if they have an open convention and Cummings don't win it, seriously, I will not be brave enough to fool Mr. Cummings and say, you know what, let's go on our own. No, I can't do it. But if we have a convention or close convention with delegates and only the four and we go look, they did something and not satisfied, I'll say, hey, come on, man. Come on. I will make a decision too and say, listen, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. So the Henry Costa, you will get a big platform, you need to tell the people. For example, if you, Henry Costa, go to a close convention and you don't win that nomination for the CPP ticket to go to represent them in Monserrado against Sir Joseph, will you be happy? No. Or if you go to a close convention and you win and somebody else won it and they believe that it was cheating, maybe ANC decided that they will give you the vote because they want nobody want you to go because they want you to campaign for whosoever, or Bernard Ure, people say, listen, that Henry Costa, the next person will not be happy, they will go independent. And when they go as an independent, they're cutting you down. So we need an open convention. These people can look for the money. We can raise the money and let them have their own little convention, and they can print their ballots and be honest. You spend your money on your own on the campaign, in the convention primary. When you win, the party supports you. Because if you go in that convention when you don't win, you know within yourself, you can't go independent. You can't go as an independent. No way. The whole open convention thing is a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah. This guy then went to the convention. They have an open convention. That's what they do in Maryland. Here, the people can vote. When they vote, they stay there. When he said Joe, this Papa Joe, so the Jews man, he was a VP or he was on the ticket with Argo. Lieberman lost the nomination and he went independent. He went as an independent. I think he won because there are two parties now. And then he affiliated himself with the Republican Party too. Then later on he resigned. You see. So all these things, please, Liberian people, I don't think it will be necessary for us to carry any unity party. Ellen is already part of the unity party. Seriously, we cannot. And I'm saying it, no way that Ume Boyka will not contest. He will not worry himself. He's not contesting. He's not contesting. Yep. You're right, Jackson. Yes, Imari Jackson. I was in Godric the whole world. Mr. Watt. Mr. Watt related to us from my mom first cousin husband, Mr. Watt. So we're in Godric the whole while. In fact, I used to go to Godric for vacation. Christian Watt, Henry Watt. Yes, I used to go to Godric for vacation. So we're there. Yes, I agree with you again, Jackson. There's a quote by what the guy I forgot his name. They say what you do behind closed door is what makes you to be a great leader. You know, sometimes you will come out and say something good, and then behind closed door you do all the dirty things. It will still come out. When the people get to know, they feel this. Look, it's just like President Weah. He do the same thing. He will come out and just give a blanket statement and say something that is not okay, and then he will go back again. Look what happened in Bopolu. Look what happened in Bopolu. Samet Nathaniel Magale calling his cousin, he cousin is superintendent in Bopolu, that they must win. The country devil, chief, then all coming outside bringing country devil, then they pull run away. You know, sort of put the fire on the damn straw. Yes. Then look at Grand Crew. They got an independent candidate there. And then they up to now NEC has not, let me see if they not publish the people. They ain't published the result yet. It's not even on the NEC website. That is not fair. Then they arrested the guys, then they talk about espionage. You got legend who ran it, you call, or Liberian who they spying for. Who are they spying for? Who are they spying for, my people? Charge them for espionage. Then you release them. On their way home, you arrested them again for the what's that? What's that? Magale, you will not go anywhere. Let me tell you, look, things changing. No country will hold you because they will extradite you back to Liberia. You will answer questions for people that died because your name is involved. On the Mabutu something, your name involved. Seriously. You sick, you're afraid to even go for treatment because you think when you leave, then Joshua will replace you. That's what you're thinking about. That when you leave, then Joshua will replace you. No. God just wicked, man.
In my own country, they're trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man.
Yep, you know him for true. You know Mr. Watt. That papi was teaching us global.
Joe Rastafari, King Selassie, big up, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Liar Man, you know. Liar Man, you know. I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I know I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Rastafari, no. I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know, you know, you know, you know, a liar man, a liar man, a liar man, you are liar man, oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do, oh, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, Prince Selassie, big up,
I didn't do this, liar man. Let Jaja judge you, liar man. I didn't do it, liar man. Let Jaja judge you.
so what you keep lying, lie, 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 lie.
Okay, guys. Now you see when you look on that tape there, you see the one Joshua standing with Mandela, and I'm on the other side too. The ball can last so much until he lost picture. That's a fake picture. The person said never did a good job. When you look at it, you will know that Joshua and Mandela actually never stood in that position. Don't let nobody fool you. When Joshua went to South Africa and met Mandela, that's not the clothes you were in. And Mandela alone was sitting. When you look at the original picture, that is what I did it too and put my picture there. My man, Photoshop, and I remove him and put my picture there. And you see, but you know how you know that it's not George Weah? Go back on the internet and look at it. You will look at his eyes. Like, he actually took the picture behind a green screen and the way he looked. But the person never did a good work. He was sure to turn his face a little bit, like he looking good on the side face. But instead of he was looking at the camera a little bit, you know, on the other side. Yeah. So, George Weah said, we lie on him. All these things we talk about. He built houses, that lie. He didn't do nothing. In my own country, they trying to track me down. But we tracked Corin Costa down because he had a laissez-passer. How can your citizen get a fake laissez-passer? In what way? You call him a what? Fugitive. How can a citizen of a country, you say the man got a fake passport that's signed by somebody in the ministry? And you know, before I leave, I will talk about this one again. This first lady. The first lady voted in Liberia in 2005, in 2011. And she also voted for George Weah during the senatorial race. And she voted this time around. Well, according to our laws, you can naturalize if you married to a Liberian. It's some part of the thing, but I don't know the correct section. And I read it yesterday to somebody. And you can naturalize, which is truth. You can do that. But what year she naturalized? So the Judy Bryant government, may it so rest in peace, or the Ellen government, they're supposed to know. But now she's a public figure. Do you think it's wrong that we asking the question why she voted in Liberia? There is no automatic, there's no default. Liberian people, we know the law on the side. There is nothing they call default. You know, Darius Dillon loved to look at the Constitution. I will inbox him and ask him if this one, is she naturalized? Fine, that's good. But one of the things is that we're talking about Liberians on dual citizenship. Some Liberians don't have the opportunity to be there. But now we got somebody, a first lady, which there's no problem, you can marry a foreigner, but can vote in Liberia and can do anything in Liberia. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you another information. But all the guys, they will catch them. This country, don't joke with America. I was looking at something and it had Chukwuemeka name in there. Chukwuemeka went to China and they gave $1 million for the first lady, the one she put into her foundation. When the first lady got a foundation, when George Weah became president, they never had a foundation before, no mind, never. The first lady never went to Liberia to even have a party for the children. She never used to go to Liberia, she didn't give a damn. She never had a damn about George Weah campaign until whatsoever. Maybe this woman knows something about George Weah. Something the woman knows about George Weah. So there's a lot of money that they ate, that this government, even the $11 million from France that they'll start with. You know, we all say, they said that Molu was drunk. Molu was not drunk, but they put it that way. Molu said it right. That President Weah cannot even lift anybody's hand up in Liberia and win again anymore. And he proved it. Yeah. He's not the one that made Jeremiah Kuhn to win in Nimba. There were a lot of cheating in Nimba, especially in the Gio Bell era. There were a lot of fraud. That's why you see the people complaining today. There were a lot of fraud in Nimba County. They stole the election. In Nimba County, they stole the election. You know, in the Tira, it's easy. Nobody pay attention. Everybody on Basso and Moserado. Nobody pay attention. They stole the election in Nimba County. And Prince Johnson will pay for it. You mark my word. Prince Johnson will be the victim. He will lose. 2023, he will lose. The people will beat him. They will beat him. Because even his own people, because they tired with Prince Johnson nonsense, lying to them and thinking that they will just follow him. Let me tell you about the Gio people. The Gio men, they are wicked people. But they can treat you bad and still come around you. The best man that can keep your secret is the man from the Mano man. But the Mano man do not forgive. The Mano man do not forgive. Yes. So, my people, for us to have don't let nobody fool you. The sedition now, because of the defeat, they disgrace them. They coming, look at the one say, poor. You put Alexander Cummings against George Weah. George Weah will beat him. I look at the guy for long. I said, are they really serious? Are they really serious? Yes, at the time. But listen, you see the going election, Ellen Johnson played a role that maybe a lot of people never pay attention to. Ellen Johnson knew within herself, if Liberty Party or ANC was to go second to NP to CDC, it's a wrap. CDC was never going to win the election. They were never going to win. They were never going to win. Everybody was going to go behind Liberty Party or everybody was going to go behind ANC. But what Ellen did, she did everything possible within the neck. I'm telling you this thing today from my guts. I've been keeping it. And when I heard it in Liberia, Ellen, she's a professional. Don't let no Liberty Party people fool you. Liberty Party, it was set up that they were going to take second place. CDC were going to take first place. Yeah. Because if Liberty Party was going to take the second place, which I believe that Liberty Party took second place, because nobody can tell me that UP was that popular. No. It was going to be a wrap for George Weah. And it was going to be a problem and whatsoever. Now, Ellie know that the people in Liberia don't want CDC anymore. She know. But a lot of people went back to CDC, into ANC and UP when Baka was running. But Ellie had a bunch of ghost names into that neck. That woman, she's that woman. That woman had over 400,000 names. Dead names. They made up the names. They just make it up. They made up the names. When the people were cleaning the voter rolls, the people were cleaning just like when you get a warehouse that dirty. They were taking trucks upon trucks names. When you hear some people say, oh, I came to this place to vote, but my Nina there, they take your name up because you had 2-3 cards. In Ellen ministry, that too Ellen said, look, why you think Ellen was pushing it not for EU and other people? Right now, Ellen said, get small the problem. People don't trust her again because they believe that she caused the problem in Liberia. And the world would know Ellen. You see, lies don't last too long. They will know Ellen, the whole world, they will know Ellen in her late days because somebody will disgrace her. Somebody will disgrace Ellen. So Ellen knew that even if they were going to cheat Ume Boaka, everybody know when nobody in Liberia wanted them. Okay, Ume Boaka had a little chance. But you sat there, Ellen disgraced you, and even if the court set it up and say, well, Ellen will go back to the party, Ellen can come back to the party. And what I will do, I will go through the right process to remove her. Look, I will tell you guys, if you lose graciously, if you lose by your word, if you stand for something and you lose, you feel good. You understand? But if you go into things because of your interest and whatsoever you're looking at how the power look like, look, the wrong, man, I'm telling you, Ellie, she's smart, oh. Ellie is smart when it comes to dirty politics. Yeah. Ellie is smart. And I can tell you plain blank, Joseph Boaka will not contest once Ellie is there. Joseph Boaka will not get into that race. So UP, you might start looking for new person. You start looking for somebody new. And you got to get somebody who new and more than Cummings. But Boaka will not contest this 23 election. I'm telling you. I know my reason. And put me on record. He would not. He would not. The first mistake is to lift that man's hand up. So Boaka clean. He's not clean. He's not clean. He's not. How will you go and lift a man up that the people indict him? The man ate the military people money. The American military, because the American people trained them. And Ellie and nobody said anything. They admitted this and that. Nothing happened. And you took the man and made him senator? Joseph Boaka? Eh? So you say that Cummings, you think Cummings could have done that? No. Cummings will never support no corrupt politician who want to run for office because you think you corrupt. He will not do it. He will not do it. He would not. Eh? He personally, it could be a group thing, but he personally will not do it. You don't know, come, you go and read about Cummings better. You go read about Alexander Cummings. I beg you. The information all over. What he had done in his private life. And there is no way there's a law that you must take your money and go to Liberia and start doing things. If you want to do it, fine. But this guy on Spoon TV, Doe from Maryland, one of the assistant ministers, George Weah, he only trying to protect his job. Talking about what Cummings did in Liberia. Cummings wanted to be president. Yes, because of what your Liberian people like. So Cummings had to go there and show some stuff. Y'all don't even know. Cummings have something. I get to know Cummings going to Liberia from 2000, from the day Judy Bryant began. He was constantly in Liberia. Ellen Johnson, first time, he was constantly in Liberia. Going in, going out. Going in, going out. Helping. Yes, he got a corporate star in him. We need to tell him what to do. But don't look at the person. Don't look at what they say, how they talk, how they move, and you think they don't make good decisions. Eh? I can't put my neck on the bowl for Cummings, but I can guarantee that if Cummings is president in 6 months, we'll see the difference in Liberia. I can tell anybody that. I can tell anybody that. This man proved it with Coca-Cola in Nigeria. Nigeria had a worse time with Coca-Cola. Yes. It's just to be constant. It's just to cut down at all. Cut things down. We got a lot of waste. This man, he's not just an economist, he's a financial officer. Somebody who knows when to spend and how to spend. And what necessary, where we're supposed to put money, what we need to do. Then we sit there, we criticize him. Oh, the Cummings man, and he, look at it, can be brave. He got no constitution. The people brave. If you tell me that, you know, maybe ANC don't have the members, like, so nobody can win in the first round if they spread themselves. But ANC got offices in every county in Liberia. ANC have registered more members in Liberia after the election than any political party. Any political party. Yes, they have some of the problem. I just don't like to see some of them acting as if they are so important, they're educated, they're smart. Yeah, they get smart people. They can brag about it, but don't brag about something and make the other people, the voters, them think that they're nothing. No. In politics, you are equal. Everybody is equal when it comes to politics. Until the election is over and then you go and do what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, that group of people can remove you. The man with the least degree can organize a group of people to remove you, the senator or president. Yes. So all the things we're doing, we need to be careful. We need to think twice. You don't need to know nobody's name until I can see somebody who, when it comes to the discipline, more than Cummings. The only person I have seen in Liberia, and which I know he's not going to run for president, is Darius Dillon. That's it. But apart from that, you know, when the election was coming, somebody called me and said, but Muni, why your brother can't run? I said, what are you running for? I already supporting Darius Dillon. What my brother would run for? Because, I said, listen, stop it. I'm not going to leave Darius Dillon because my brother, I'm not saying my brother is not perfect, but the fact is that now if my brother run on the CDC ticket, then I know he part of the same group. But don't you know, let me say this before I leave. You know, because of the unity party within the CPP, that is why everybody put him off on Cummings. Because Cummings was the alternative, Cummings was the only clean sheet. So now they use, you know, they want to use, birds of the same feather flocks together. Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Because he mingled with UP, so that means he corrupt. Technically, yes. Because he mingled with them, but UP is not controlling him. UP is not ANC. Everybody are staying in the thing. You see the disadvantage, you see the pain that Cummings going through. People call me, I got friends within the CDC who smart and who knows what Joshua doing is wrong. But they say, big brother, we can't put our mouth on anything because before they can't go after us. He said one of the problems is that your unity party, that in a place that why Cummings got to go join them. Why Cummings got to join? I myself, I had a problem with that when they started it. When they started it, I said, well, I would just wait for your political leader and see. But people who was around Cummings, they could have discouraged that whole thing. They got other political parties. You see Joshua at the time, they said, Joshua play football, Joshua never still. Cummings took nothing from Liberia. Nobody can tell you that Cummings went to the place there and he bribed the people to free a container, or he did the other one here. The only thing you say, that man just coming. And when you interview Cummings, if you sit there and listen, you convince. But for the common man to convince now, Cummings must reach out to them. He must walk and give them handshake, tap their hand, talk to them, explain to them what's going on. Let them know. Don't be surprised. You see Cummings and Darius Dillon coming go on tour to go tell the people. Cummings coming go around and go tell the people thank you. But I'm saying that there's 3 years that coming. Trust me, y'all will know Cummings. Y'all will know Cummings. Cummings was just waiting for the election to be over. Y'all will know, the people in Liberia will know who Cummings is. His style, everything going to change. Everything going to change. Yes. Now you got by 2022, they should be able to find a leader. Okay. Somebody inbox me and say, why you don't let people to talk on your show? I don't let people to talk on my show. But sometimes when you give the opportunity for people to talk, then they're wasting time to call. My other phone dead. Okay, let me see. I got 14%. Okay, I want to take 1 or 2 calls, or maybe depends how they're coming in. I'm going to put the number up there. I'm going to put a number up there for whoever want to call to give their contribution. If you want to give your contribution, you can call that number. Hey mama oh, hey papa, hey mama oh, hey papa. You better go to Tennessee, finally to change your way. Oh, the things she doing to me, they are ready to be her. You go tell your way out, you must change your ways. Oh. Oh yes, Emmanuel, that is what they want to do. That's what they want to do when Cummings, that the game they playing. When Cummings is running, they want to use the Congo and country thing. They want to use the country and Congo business to say, oh, Cummings, that Congo man. Look, but we know the trick and we're going to work on it. We will look. I can tell anybody that whether or what, by the grace of God, God gave me long life. I will be in Liberia in 2022. Before the 2023, we will go to the length of breadth. Like what I did in District 17, we will move around. I got people on the ground already. We will move around and educate the people. We will educate the people on this whole stupidness about our Congo and this and that. Liberia got nothing to do. I do not believe in tribalism. So Liberia is not for a crew man. Liberia is not for no Bassa man or global man or whatsoever. Liberia is for Liberians. You can be Congo, you can be who. So if you can't speak a tribe, you Congo, that's what I want to say. Joshua, who affiliated with him, what the place needs Grand Crew. When the last time he visited Grand Crew during his youth days, he never played for Grand Crew County to show he had no relationship with Grand Crew. All your friends didn't play county meet. He played county meet? No, he did not play county meet. Damn O'Reilly guy is corrupt. Bojo, look at him. They whipping the market door too. Although they're not playing in Maryland there. Anyway. Yeah. So bunch of corrupt people. All of them corrupt. All about themselves. All about themselves. This is our light. The light. The light. The man show the Liberian people, man, how politics work. Yep. Then you get this guy here. He say he dancing zombie. Look at him. Zombie master. How will you want to connect yourself to zombies, Mr. President? If everybody in the country is okay, no problem. Damn. You look at here, vice president. Look at the holding hands together. You look at the holding hands. You ain't think that people will love me. Why they holding hands like that? Until the Joe we are Webster vest. Look at Joel. Y'all look at him. Y'all look at Joel and holding hands with George Weah. Squeezing when boyfriend and girlfriend standing. Hey, they light, yeah. They light. Okay, guys. I will talk to y'all. Y'all have a good Sunday. We'll be going to church in the morning. So, I want to tell you thank you. Share the video. Please share the video. If everybody on here can just share it to somebody to take the news, or if you can just put on your page that it will be preferable that Liberian member of the CPP have an open convention for members for us to participate, and and the voters should be the one to, at least this time around, come with the candidates to elect the candidate for the next election, and that will be okay. All right, thanks for watching, and this is the General Show. You can follow me on Facebook. If you go on YouTube, you can just put in TGN TV, or when you go on Facebook, is the General. You will see me, and also a lot of other things I do. So take care. Have a good day, and God bless you. And make sure that before you pray, before you sleep, pray for somebody, yeah? And for this Christmas, let's do what we can do. Thank you very much, and God bless you. So, let me leave you with a Bekube song. The song that Joe Weah. You're listening, he called Ja Joe. You're listening to the song, you will say Joe Rastafari. Joe Weah, oh my people. Then he used the word Bombocla. Yeah, Bombocla. Joe Weah. Adeble. From country giant to county road. From country giant to county road. Joe Weah. Then when they begin the election, they both really voted against Joe Weah, man. They really voted against Joe Weah. That was bad. The people say you ain't ready yet, my brother. They say you ain't ready.
In my own country, they're trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Joe Rastafari, King Selassie, big up, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh Mr. Liar Man, oh Liar Man, you know, Liar Man, you know.
Yeah, he said Joe Rastafari. Ja, not Joe.
Oh, Mr. Liar Man, ja, no, I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, no, I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know, you know, you know, you know. A liar man, a liar man, a liar man, you are liar man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, you, King Selassie.
All the houses is building.
I didn't do it.
Go Kuben Belasi. Look at. Let here. Let here my distance. I don't want to understand, man. Look at he corrupt the behind him.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, Joe Rastafari.
Let Jah judge you. So what you keep lying? Lie, 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 lie. You lie, you lie, you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I say you lie, you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Hey,
You build all the houses here. What else?
You know I didn't do
Nobody
the
lie
thing
on
you
you.
say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Jano, Jano, Jano.
You pastor and all.
Rastafari no. I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let Jah judge you. I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let Jah judge you.
Mr. Liar Man, me nah go burn you
Look at
with
all
no
your
fire
friends.
man. Me nah go
None
burn
of
you
them
with the
rhyme
fire
you.
man. Cover you a liar man, wicked man, bad man,
Look at all
foolish man.
corrupt one then.
Mr. Liar Man, get away because me never love you. I say oh no Jaja, I go judge you. Cover
Liar
you a
man.
liar man, wicked man, bad man, foolish man.
I am man.
Look at the house. 9th Street house. Look at it looking at.
I am man.
You ready for that?
Jah judge you.
You ready for the boy there?
I am man. I didn't do it. I am man. Let Jah judge you.
Wanna hear it? Don't ever follow back on Mr. Liar Man them. Because the name say it already, you know. You see me? Mr. Liar Man, wicked man, bad man, and foolish man. You see me? Fire upon Mr. Wicked Man them. Mr. Liar Man them. Fire!
You all listen to him. Come and say Bombo Cloud. Oh, you said it already. I haven't paid attention to it. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day, good night, everything. And for those who, my friend Henry Moore in Australia and other people, share this video. Let everybody see it. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. So please, let us do the right thing. You can spend your time.